Hey everybody, welcome to the Green Man. We're here with our Tauren Enhancement Shaman, getting ready to finish up here in Zorm Strand. Gotta go get some more Wrathtail heads and some venison steaks. Then we'll be heading off to the next part of what we're doing. His enhancement, so he is a melee type character. What I did was I put the Wind Fury on the main hand and Flame Tongue on the offhand, so I get the most value out of my Lava Lash. Let's get some more Wrathtail here. You can always tell the Wind Fury is. Doesn't always hit, but when it does, whoa. You can just about one shot some stuff. I've been experimenting with new routes too, so if when we get done here, we'll go to turn in Sharp Talon's Claw, and then we'll get on the wagon and head towards Stone Talon, but we're not going to go all the way through Stone Talon. We'll cut it a little short and do something different. Halfway through is Naga. Like I said, it's pretty much an eraser when it hits. I'll grate nothing out of that. It's kind of like Outlaw Rogue in a way. That if you get jumped, it's not that big of a deal. Not like Elemental Shaman, where if you get jumped, your spells take so long to throw that sometimes you die before you even have a chance. With this guy, the closer the better. I think the main reason I like specs is because nobody else wants to play them. The ones that nobody wants to play, those are the ones I like Destruction Warlock and Outlaw Rogue, Enhancement Shaman. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with playing something just that isn't popular. Eventually, almost everything rotates into popularity one way or another. There was a time when when a hunter couldn't find a dungeon party. I mean, there was a time when Guardian Druid was the best tank. I mean, everything rotates in at some point. At some point, if some format comes up that Demonology Warlock's always been good, but Affliction Warlock's another one. Nobody wanted to play Affliction. It was too slow. Wasn't fancy enough. Didn't give you a good enough chance. Now Affliction Warlock's pretty dangerous. I mean, if people still have that, I'm not going to try it. That's just Affliction Warlock. That's nothing. I like Affliction Warlock. I think it's anything that takes a little bit of skill to do. Keep forgetting my frost shocks. That's 3. Need 2 more stakes. Helps to, when you're doing Moon Furies, it helps to hit it right on the cooldown. As soon as the cooldown ends, hit it. That's where you get that fluid motion from. You're only going to get one Lava Lash a fight. This thing's got a 18-second cooldown. Might not even get 2 fights in a row. You probably will, but not at the start. Yeah, no reason to go down that way. It's just the Black Fathom camp. It's an outlaw. It's an alliance archaeology site. Here's what I mean by don't matter if you get jumped or not, because if all I have time to use is weapons, and that's cool, because that's what he does. Charges his weapons with the energy of the elements. So I think think of it this way: elemental shaman are extroverts. Their spells, they throw the powers of the elements out at you. Uh, Enhancement shaman is more introverted. He'll wait for you to attack it, then use the power to charge up his weapons to fight you with. I think it all depends what kind of personality you got, which one you like. Now that I think about it, if you're an introvert, you probably like Handsome Shaman because it's not as flashy. That's probably why I like it, Handsome Shaman. Ah, here we go. Hey, all done, ready to rock. Now you can't just fire on back. I gotta get some Nagas now. I didn't realize my shield went down. Roots work pretty good on rogues and stuff. They don't do too much for shaman and warriors and all the rest like that. Yeah, he's mostly melee, but don't let that fool you. Still got some range spells on him. Get a little low, so since I can't use health potions, gonna need to charge up a little. I only need 7 more anyway. Yeah, there was a time fairly recently when you went on the Iron Man leaderboard. Those imbues would show up as enchants, and they wouldn't allow them. But I brought their attention, and they said about correcting it. I don't run an Iron Shaman, so not on the board anyway. So not really sure if that's actually fixed yet or not. Sometimes it takes a little longer to fix things than frankly you'd like, because they have a very small team working on it. They've been trying to redo the leaderboard since before Shadowlands. As soon as that level switch hit in, they're still trying to get most of them working. So I mean, plus you can't use threads of fate on bloodthirsty. Not that you can't do it. It's just it's not working. So, so they'll red flag you for you doing it, and you're actually allowed to do it. In fact, it makes sense to do it on a challenge. I mean, you get an XP buff, you take it. I mean, you get a legal XP buff. You're not gonna argue it. I mean, seriously. The biggest problem you have with this type of shaman is that the fire shock and flame shock are both on the same cooldown. Got that global cooldown problem. So it's either one or the other. And for my money, if you're going to throw one, throw flame shock. So that's got a damage over time element to it. All frost shock does is damage and slow. And it does 45 damage and slows it up. But it does share cooldown with flame shock. So it's either one or the other. You can't flame shock them. You can't frost shock them and flame shock them. I figured that was a little too powerful. So you got to choose between them. And I go with flame shock almost every time because you got that dot. You never want to turn down a dot. Need 2 more to get. Every now and then you can catch them going by you. Got one more, and I didn't even run the Legionnaire tonight. Oh. There's a rare that floats around near the fort. Every now and then you see her. It's not Janira. It's believe you'll know when you see her. It's a silver dragon around her. But being a rare, she's not always there, which is good because once again, she's not that hard to beat. It's just it's a little bit longer a fight, and that's why I like dots. Can't run too far with a dot ticket on you. It says even mounting up this close to the fort. Now, why anybody? Probably just proof of death. There's no other reason you would want 20 Naga heads that I would want to know about. Okay. If you're making some sort of voodoo charm to kill Naga or something. But no, I'd rather not know what she wants to do. You'll notice she never tells you. You never ask why she wants them. It's pretty much seems to be proof of death. But if you ever go to Black Fathom Deeps, stop here first. There are a bunch of quests going into that dungeon. Get some extra experience points out of the deal. And before you go, this is a green man, so that was like one of the few things I was missing in my green man garb. If I can remember what it was and where it's going. Yeah, that's where it was. Yeah, okay. Tell screens watch. Yeah. We're not going to be doing anything Hill Screens Watch because that I don't know. I may try it. It's got full set of greens. I normally don't do it, which is another good reason to try it. I've done it a few times and got caught. But this kind of thing where you got the shielding, the extra powerful weapon, healing, you know, it's entirely possible to do it if you take your time. There's always that danger of 3-on-1 fights. And the one thing you don't have is AoE. A few things I have to remember here. First off, I do have a silence. That's the main thing. I keep forgetting that. I need to get out fast. I got Ghost Wolf. I have fully charged weapons and a charged up shield. Got 22 minutes left on the shield and 40 minutes left on the weapons. So I got stuff going here. Well, if I did want to go to Stone Talent, I'm not that far away. But I think the old way to get to Stone Talent was to go here and then run down to the fold. But now you can get a lot of places from here. But let's check in with the captain. Let's see what he wants. He wants to go talk to Tweedle down at the little lab there because he's been trying to get the goblin to make him some explosives, but he just can't seem to get some work out of him. So he's just basically kicking a little kick in the butt and get him started. And according to him, it's just because he doesn't appreciate the craftsmanship that goes into them. He's got something here. He's got all the volatile elements from Arsenal to make the explosives, but it needs a stabilizer. So it needs some clay, not just any clay, moon kissed clay. It's only found in the northern banks of Zandalari Lake. It possesses all the qualities I need to bring out the full potential of my discovery. So once you get 10 samples of moon-kissed clay, so you can have a stabilizer. Not going after Thistlefur yet. That's a furbolg village. Thistlefur is the furbolgs that live down the road. They don't like having that village that close. So they will, they do want to get rid of that. Got something else. Oh yeah, 10 skirmishers and 3 officers while you're down there getting the moon-kissed clay. Because you see, being on the bank of Zandalari Lake, it's right across the lake from Astronar. And what does Astronar have that the Horde doesn't like? Night elves. whole bunch of them. So they want to kind of take out this little camp they got because that little camp they got is right down the hill from Hell Screams Watch. So naturally he wants to get rid of it. So he's gonna send you down to do it. I'm gonna check my armor just to make sure I don't get halfway through this thing and find out my armor's failing. That troll that goes with the Thistlefer village. It always helps in case you get in trouble to have a backup plan. Meet Plan B. Yeah, always helps to have an escape hatch. I already had one, but I have to fly back. And that kind of takes the fun out of it. Okay. I gave you all the pills you need for the day. Back in a minute. I gave you all your pills you need for the day already. You took them all. You're done. I'll do one later tonight. That's up to 2 in the morning. You've got all the ones so far. You have to have. Here's the Vegas game coming up. Yeah. 229. Yeah. I guess that's what I was doing. Yeah. First thing when I hit full vaccination is I'm going to get a new set of headphones. These are kind of starting to fall apart. Okay. I don't want to buy it back. I want to get rid of it. Open up some spaces here. Got a few things to go to the auction house. Put this up there. Sort of my auction bag. Okay. Now I got my armor set and ready to go. No sense riding down because start catching the guards right at the bottom of the hill. So, you go someplace like this, you want to make sure it's not really the first thing you do in a day. You want to make sure you got your rotation down. You're going to be catching quite a few multi-opponent fights, and you don't want to have to think. I just wanted to see. I wanted to see how far he would chase me. The Alliance loves those little fire bombs. I don't know what it is. Oh, I'm sorry. This would be behind me. And it's alive. Can't be having that. Every now and then you hit the cooldown for that lava lash. This is one of those places you have to use your healing after every fight. Oh, somebody's already got him. That's Moonkiss Clay. Oh, I got a little Blood Elf Paladin. Yeah, Paladin I can see doing this. Especially protection, which is my favorite Paladin. My only problem is I'm not going to get enough people to kill. These skirmishers are really bowmen. Sorry, guy. I think I took him right from under the guy. It's pretty smart of a Paladin to back off this, but I think I can deal with it. If he's going to take that guy, I'm going to go get the Moonkiss Clay. Then maybe you can help him out a little bit. Here's where it gets tricky. You can't really take the eyes one at a time. Standing in the campfire would not be smart. There you go. You just firebombed yourself. That was sheer brilliance there. I'm getting very, very lucky with these. Having that Paladin around. 9 out of 10. I only need one more. I gotta find me some clay. I need like 6 more clay already. And that's 10 of 10. I need 2 more officers though. I don't think I've seen an officer yet. 6. I need 4 more clay. I think he's glad I helped him out. He's bursting my health. Those little one-shot health spells are illegal. Are perfectly legal. It's the health enchantments like regrowth, stuff like that that you can't have. I need to find me some clay. Okay. Oh, there's an officer. Pardon me, officer. I have to kill you. Did none of these chickens use anything but bow? Seriously, man. But then again, would you take a headshot after take a hatchet to the torn? These night owls, they are kind of wussy in a way. They don't fight with anything but bows. Oh, come on. I almost made it. Oh, well. Now I know there's a chance. Moving right along to my next dude. I love this game, the Green Challenge. Kermo. Because there aren't any frog-like beings in this game. That'd be just too hilarious. Kermo's a little different. Yeah, he's an elemental shaman. Level 18 elemental shaman. But I'm taking the regular route. We gotta go into the mine. Uh, get some of the miner's gear they stole, and she wants to kill 5 geomancers. Because without the geomancers, the trogs won't do it. Without mining, without their mining, they don't have anything. Besides, the trogs might actually turn on them if the geomancers are gone. So that's their line of thinking anyway. And I'm going to flame tongue my weapon. Because everybody can flame tongue their weapons. Any shaman can have flame tongue. Wind Fury and Storm Strike, those are enhancement shaman only. An elemental is not quite as likely to keep a fight going with melee. We'll throw one every now and then, but he's a warranty. Let's throw the big spell out there kind of deal. And he has Earth Shock, which is one of my favorite things. That's kind of up there with the Drain Life for Warlocks. That's plus 20 armor. So I will definitely take it. So shields are for Shaman really is armor. Not too many green shield drops. And again, like I said, the shield to Shaman is mostly armor. Not like for a protection paladin where you have to have the green shield for damage. It's hard to run from a caster. He's running that's far sight that keep pop up accidentally. I would take it off the bar, but every now and then it's useful. This is one that shouldn't take it that long to do, really. I end up getting some of these twofers. You'll wind up killing the Geomancers and then looking around for Miner's Gears. Usually the way it works. So I've got five. I have four already. I only need five. And you can't help but pull Geomancers. There's just no way around it. Let's get all my Geomancers. Doesn't mean I won't have to kill anymore. And here, whatever you do, do not use a totem in this room. You can use it outside the room, whatever. But if you use a totem in there, you will pull the whole room on you. You'll never guess how I found that out. Yeah, something I always do the hard way. It's like consecration is another way. You don't want to use that in here. Things like totem and consecration, they're area of effect things that they will tend to pull things. And the consecration does like just a little bit of damage, it's just enough to pull things. I mean, it's just the way to think of the little bit of damage that consecrate does. Until you realize you've pulled the entire room because everything it touched got zapped and didn't like it. You can't blame it. I mean, it's just not something you think about. But you don't really see the damage from consecrate. I'm not sure why totems do it. Boy, just the feel of the magic is irritating. Uh, yeah, working man by accident, but no. Okay, now we get to turn all these in. The blood sausage. Get the samples in the recipe. Samples we can use, the recipe not so much. And now I'll turn in the spiders. And he thanks you, pays you off. Now I don't have to worry about the spiders coming in his window. Now it's off to turn the kobolds in. If you are doing regular leveling, you do this whole thing. Make sure you do the, 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 uh, the, 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 the boss. That opens up a whole nother quest line. they'll kind of explain why moss and gnolls are in the same area, why the gnolls and the kobolds are in the same area. They can explain in the next part of this quest line, but we can't do the boss because the boss is too hard to do without dying. So there aren't any challenge guys. They'll do the boss here. So some of the things I avoid. I avoid it because you guys have been doing this for a while. Tell me no. I've lost characters not believing them. That's why I say don't go. They say don't go into the Plaguelands. I went into Plaguelands. Yeah, I got killed eventually. It is possible if you got an allied race green or something. Green man, it's possible to do the Plaguelands if you take your time. I mean, Iron Man, no, there's no way Iron Man is going to do it. In the back end, now I see what I mean about green shields. Let's see. I want to take the shield while I can. I could have used them both, to be honest with you. No ability. This is where you get Frost Shock, level 17. And she's happy the dogs are free. Now, we don't get the breadcrumbs or anything. Well, you get breadcrumb in there, but I'm not going to stop and do that quest, so let me pause for a second here. I want to see if there's someplace else I can go from here besides going to wetlands all the time. Rathi. How do you get to Rathi from here? That's Twilight Highlands. Yeah, no way you want to go there. And you have to go to the wetlands. Don't really know the way to do it. Like I experiment with Horde, you take Stone Town as far as Cromguard, then just ride down to Lockage and get into Southern Barrens. I'm trying that. Good thing is, if you need to get to level 25, you can come back and do what you missed and pick up a few levels that way. Let's hit level 30 and get my flying. I'm off to an expansion. So far, I've done that once, and I now know not to do Hellfire Peninsula on a Challenger. Got to level 32 or 33, though. Didn't do bad. That was, of course, a protection paladin. So next time I go to Outland, I'm going to just start in Shatrath. You can take a portal. They'll put you out near Shatrath from the portal room. So it is possible to skip Hellfire Peninsula completely. You could always fly to Zanger Marsh, but that's no fun. You're going to spend 20 levels there, you might as well spend 20 levels doing stuff you like. Yeah, so I'm kind of dreading doing Pandaria Challenger. That's going to get interesting. I've had to take a few green challenges up there, but of course it's dangerous. It's higher level. I mean, wasn't any danger with being fun. That's what I like about doing challenges. It puts a little bit of the danger back at. You're starting out like, oh my goodness, there's a cobalt. That kind of feeling you don't get anymore. Now it's like, oh well, guess I gotta go kill that dragon over there. This is a way of putting a little bit of danger back into it. When it's permanent death, it makes you think twice before you do silly stuff. No, that won't still do it. It's just it makes you think about it. Okay, we need to get the Thermodon chunks, the flood elementals, and the flood sediment samples. The usual crew. Now, this spell should create the biggest steam cloud you've ever seen in your life. You see those videos when lava hits water? That's what it should do. It should make this huge steam thing. That late in the fight, I'll save their shock for later. Here we go. Get some air. Need 7 more elementals and 5 more sediment samples. Well, the sediment samples aren't going anywhere. They'll be there. It's kind of a small area to have 3 objectives. Milsham's first thought is for his spells. Enhancement shaman, first thing he does is grab a weapon. Need 2 more samples, and here's a couple right in a row here, so I can just grab those. Pop up, get some breath, and And we can start go for the Threshodons. Okay, we've got all the samples. Next up, Threshodon time. There's one Threshodon chunk. Just rip a chunk right out of the going. Yeah. Got being a professional butcher. Yeah. Just rip a piece off, keep going. Another Threshodon chunk. Need 5 more of those. Oh, 5 and 5. 5 chunks, 5 elementals. You don't realize how much that actually helps you. Running low in air, when the Threshodon throws you up in the air. They knew about a bit how big help it was, they probably wouldn't do it. Five of eight. I'll need 2 more. Lava surge, lava burst is the one you want to keep throwing as much as possible, because that's your big maelstrom generator. Lightning give you a little bit, but your big burst comes from that lava burst. And that's 8 of 8. Okay, now I gotta get 4 elementals. and work my way back at the same time. Range now. There's so many things to help you that I haven't realized it. No, I need one more. I'm inside of the survey, so that's cool. That's 10 of 10. Don't even need to mount up. Okay. Turning the thresher down meat. Now they don't have to eat mushrooms all the time. Surveyor gets his samples. And he gets some bracers. This one's stamina. I'll take it. I'll get those other questions in a second. And Forba gets her elemental skill. Pays you off. Now she wants to get rid of this Glare, who's Dark Iron spy is set up on the other end of the lake. She wants to take him out. Bring back his beer as proof. He needs finbush berries for the hangover cure to start. So he needs finberry bushes. Finberries. I'll get it right yet. He's finberries. So he has to find some finberry bushes and bring them to him. And he must get his level back. That was a dumpy level. He wants to get back from the silty oozes. Because he was kicked back one night in his campground. One of those oozes came around and stole it. Since they all look alike, he can't tell which one. So he wants you to go out there and keep killing them till you get it. Sometimes you get quick, sometimes it takes a while. Okay, I lost my shield. That's the way the mill shaman thinks. Forget the weapon, just recast the dot. if you're a little lucky, you don't ever have to go to the lake to get the finberry bushes. Because it'll take a while to get this. Cool finberries. A lot of skulls coming out of these things. Don't need to kill these things, but if you don't, you're not going to get past it. So finberries. Three's pretty good. And there's some more. Gets you up to 6. Okay, let's get that thing out of here. Let's find that level. After a while, you don't even care where it is. You just want to find that level and get out of here. There we go. Found this dumpy level. Gotta go get the finberries and Larware's beer. And there, why not go get all the berries you can? There's two other bushes. You can see it's well outside the area you're supposed to find them. Found them purely by accident one day. I only need 2 more handfuls. Basically, 1 more bush should do it. This is why you take 2 quests together. Get as many as you can at the same time, because yeah, that's 2 of them down. All you gotta do is get Glare out of the way. That's our first ring, so here we go. Yeah, I got 1 spot left. What the heck? Might as well fight it. We can cut off that whole part. Don't need to go for the finbush berries down that way, so you don't have to fight off the dark iron for them. Only got to worry about a few of these. There we go. If you sneaky through and spell deflect up, I'll deflect the first one. Second one coming through with no shocks. Didn't quite get to deflect that. Easiest way to beat spell deflect: throw 2 spells back to back and make the second one more powerful than the first. And grab Glare's beard. Has proof you killed him. Oh, back we go. And we get to go to a place that's a bit of a pun, but you have to think about it for a minute. Took me a little while to catch on this with the. Okay, now time for turn-ins. We get the waist guard for getting rid of Glare. That brings us up to level 18. And we get Cleansed Spirit, which is really not that good for questing. She wants you to kill the spiders. 7 cave spiders and 7 leech stalkers. Leech stalkers are outside the cave. Of course, cave stalkers are inside the cave. If the Finbush berries, now you can start on his hangover cure. He wants to collect 8 pieces of incendicide ore. This stuff's like solid napalm, I got. One little spark will set it off. He's lost a few miners to it, so he developed a spark-proof pick. He's going to let you use to bring back 8 pieces of ore with it. At the dumpy level, get him back. Now he wants you to get the Thilligan seismic records from a machine he has at the bottom of Thilligan Rock. So I'm going to go grab another bag. Closest place to get one. Well, would be Iron Forge. I know where a guy is. I can go right there and get one. We've got more than enough. We only need 45 gold in 2 levels. I've got 110. I think I can afford to buy a nice big bag. The 14 slot backpack is what I'm looking for. They run about 11 gold. And we'll come in handy. There's a lot of loot down there that they get down in Thilligan Rock. That's the name of the quest, down in Thilligan Rock. If you didn't get the pun by now. It's a little bit old. Here was still, I think the show was still on when this came out, but it's kind of dated now. That Fraggle Rock thing. You had to have seen Fraggle Rock to get it. I didn't think HBO has it on anymore. It started off as a Saturday morning HBO show. It was the first show Jim Henson did after the Muppets. Actually, it wasn't that bad. I used to watch it all the time. For those of you who, sorry, you might got a little surprised if you didn't see the memo that I was taking down my Facebook page. I'm officially now YouTube only. So, welcome to anybody that's from the page. Nice to see you here. Get my same starting time, 6 to 8, 6 days a week. And in between, I have about 60 hours of video that I put on this channel just to keep it open, basically. I knew I was going to be coming here eventually. So I got the channel, put some videos on it. If you want me to put more videos on, just let me know. I'll throw in the comments and I'll start making some more challenge videos just for the video series. I kind of discontinued the classic 1 to 20, 1 to 60 though. If you want to see something like that, I can do 1 to 60 series. I can do whatever you want to see. I mean, if you, that's how I started the challenges in the first place. Was somebody wanted to see them, so I started doing them. I forgot. The one thing I don't need is I don't need all those Threshodon fangs. For some reason, those don't stack. They're only worth they're worth more than I thought they were. So much for that theory. They're almost like 4.5 silver. I mean, I'm not gonna just chuck those. I'm afraid to try to take the Elec through the doorway here. I know there's one place in Stormwind I can't take it through. And they made these mountains. Sometimes they didn't realize how low some of these ceilings are. Like this Elec will just barely fit under the bridge of Stormguard. Just barely. Okay, let's pop back here and see what we can do. In case you haven't been watching for a while, I've added to the wetlands a little bit. There's a part of the wetlands I never did that I started doing. It's not that bad up to a point. You will not get to the area's end boss because that's too dangerous for a challenger. But I will be doing it, and yes, it goes against my better nature to do this, but I will be going through the Murlocs at Menthol Harbor eventually when we get down that way. And Forball talks about when you leave, say hello to my sister for me. We'll be seeing her sister Siobhan. She runs a little research station down the wetlands. We never get to it because I always thought that was too tough for a challenger. But I went through there on a hunter the other night and didn't do bad. So we'll give it a shot. These little extra areas are green challenge only because I got to take the irons a certain way because they're too easy to lose. But for the greens, I'm going to start throwing little extras in. Like I might take this guy through Fellwood rather than just ride through to get the Winter Spring. Trying to get them spread out a little bit. If you look at some of the other areas, there are some areas that are just too dangerous for a challenger. I mean, there are areas like that. This game was not set up for the challenges. The challenges were set up for the game. So there are some areas you really just can't go to. Daenerys is tough to go through. I may try it again. I did it on Bloodthirsty until I made a wrong turn and wound up getting killed by level 80 Scarab. I kept forgetting Old Doom did not scale with the rest of it. Found out real fast. Okay, now we're going down the Thilgan Rock. You want to get all your Leech Stalkers first. You really don't have to come back and get those. Once again, you got oozes to watch out for. There's no place that has a quest for those oozes. They're just there. Still feel like you're missing out on something by avoiding them because there aren't any quests for them. Oops. Didn't realize he was gone. Okay. I need 3 more of those, so I start move my way towards the cave. Okay, that's all of those. Now I got more. One more I need. And there's one more. That's all of them. Now I move into the cave. Sometimes it's best just let them run. And this is a send site. There's regular mining here too if you're a miner. So more people use your mining skill on the ascendant site. I'm getting mining points for it. This stuff appears and nowhere else in Azeroth. There's no uses for it other than for this quest. I would love to know what he does with this stuff. I would say if Azeroth ever gets a space program, they could use it, but they already got a space program, as we proved when we went to Argus. The space program is courtesy of the Drenai. It's like playing piano. You get fingers position wrong. It's tough to do without looking. Not so much throwing there for the points. I do it for the maelstrom. Okay, I need one more cave spider. Just like that one. If you need more insight, you probably will. Up here, just a nice little bunch. Got some spiders too, but we don't need any of those. 1's green, but it's the same thing. It's still inside the site. 6. I said there's regular mining too if you have a few tin veins. Seven and 8. Knowing about these little side rooms really helps. Otherwise, you're wandering around for like 10 minutes trying to find stuff when you're done. Now time to go down to the very bottom of Felgen Rock. We got everything else but the records. In case you wonder, why doesn't he has lazy butt down here and get himself? Is he afraid of spiders? No, actually, the spiders are not what he's afraid of. There's the machine. All I gotta do is go over here, open it up, take out the seismic record, and then say hi to the biggest warrior model you want to see in your life. It's his name's Terentian. He's guarding this pool and does not like your interference. He's going to sprout a bunch of young ones. Do not pay any attention to them whatsoever. As long as you get him, they'll go away. See, flood surge core. No idea what that is. It's like it's hard, but and the bridges are definitely one I would get. So here's why I always keep my Hearthstone tuned to the nearest inn. Pop back to Thelsamar, fly back to the survey. Then we'll be moving on after we turn all these in. Back to slab chisels. Yes, we have Children's Week and Dark Moon Fair coming up in a couple of weeks. That's that's kind of a busy week. But I love holidays. Breaks it up a little bit, yeah. I also got this week got that Packed House Brawl if you're into PvP. Arena Skirmish bonus event if you want to try PvP. And yeah, time with the time walking event, which ended last week. Uh, Next week there's starting Tuesday is the World Quest bonus event. If you're in Shadowlands, if you're in Legion and up, if you want to make sure you get your rewards for those, there's always more, always better rewards with those. Get more anima. So if you want to try stocking up on some anima, that's the way to do it. That's one way to push that renown up. That's plus intellect, armor, and everything else you can possibly think of. If you send side or back, and of course you return his pick, he gives you these spark-proof gauntlets, which are definitely worth having. Surprised I haven't got one upgrade yet. Usually I'm getting upgrades all over the place on these challenges. Showing the records. I was viewing those. We hit level 19. Which I don't think doesn't really give us anything. I don't believe. But next level we get the fast that tournament riding, so that's cool. Now it's on to Menthil. In fact, she's even going to loan you her fastest ram to get the report down there. And of course, tells you to say hi to her sister, which we will, assuming we live that long. Where am I going to? Is that where around you? No. Yeah, I just insulted the flight master. Like, go jump on my ram so you run over him. And this route was basically put in for new players, and at the start, when Cataclysm hit, they put this in here so even experienced players can find their way back because it's a lot different now than it was. Breaking that dam created a whole new ecosystem down here. Here we go. This is what's left of Menthol after the Cataclysm got hold of it. He's a bit of a wise guy, reading the stats report. Well, that's just lovely. Why don't we just take our flooded town and fly it out of here? That's going to be that dangerous? He's got his own problems. He's got the Dark Iron was held in Menthol Harbor, Menthol Keep. They took over the keep. They're not letting it go. He got hurt himself trying to get in there and stop their leader, Horghast Flare Crazed. So once you go in and kill Horghast, of course you're going to take a few of these smolder mages with you when you're on the way. But smolder mages are basically what Dark Iron call fire mages. Because fireballs tend to hit pretty hard. Dark Iron Smolder Mage, there we go. Love blocking his spell, and then putting a big old pile of lava right at him. And that wind shear does reset very quickly. 12-second cooldown. And we can use a little more armor. You can always use a little bit better armor. It says quick, but not that quick. I can't afford to lose the intellect bonus and all the rest of it. A little bit better armor. I can't afford to lose these stat bonuses. You want to be as fully health filled as possible when you go against Horghast. Once again, not a super difficult fight. But you don't want to be messing around with them either. He throws Lava Burst too. Lava Burst and Fireball. But if it's a fire spell, this guy will throw it. For me, whether it's a Shaman spell or a Mage spell or a Warlock spell, whatever, if it's fire, he'll do it. And of course, Ragnaros, the Fire Lord, is who they follow. Not all Dark Iron follow Ragnaros. It's like Well, night owls follow the moon. I mean, there's something become priests of the light. I mean, Twilight's hammer started out as a offshoot of the horde. I mean, yeah, everybody's got their bad apples. Well, let's put it this way. I don't. The plus 16. Oh, that's way too big an intellect boost for me to ignore it. Now, you don't use it as a weapon usually, but the idea of that big of an intellect boost. It's plus 18 to intellect. How are you going to turn that down? You can always find armor. You can't find that big an intellect boost a lot of times. Yep, now we go open the flight faster. Flight mistress in this case. You don't find so many non-dwarf flight masters in there. You don't find so many female flight masters, period. That's kind of interesting. I get the feeling sometimes that being a flight master is strictly a Wildhammer occupation. It's not they're not the only ones that do it. They're just the ones that are best at it. They train all the fighting wyverns, all the fighting hippogriffs, the ones with the battle scar. You see, you pull down with that look. Those are all Wildhammer trained. Now he figures they're here to take advantage of it. He wants 5 meaty crawler claws because they're really good, and why not? They're there. She's a little more practical. She wants to kill off 10 harbor shred fins because she doesn't want her kids playing in the water with no sharks running around. Makes sense until you realize there are no sharks actually inside the wall. The water's too shallow for them. But not being a marine biologist, she has no idea. She's afraid the sharks will come in. It's understandable. As much as you can, this as you can do above water always helps. Let's go for some crawlers. The meaty crawler claws, that's your RNG here. So don't be too surprised if it takes you a while to find them. It's the best way to get one right off the bat. Tell people, oh, it's going to be a while. It almost never fails. It's unreal. Where I tell people, this was a really tough fight. You're going to watch this one. And it's like end it in 10 seconds. It's like one blow. Yeah. The moral of the story is, if you want something to be easy, tell people stuff. It's funny how that works, but it does work pretty much all the time. Oops, I need my lightning shield back. Like things getting zapped when they attack me. Yeah, that's more reasonable. +1 and everything. That +18 was just way too good to pass up. Okay, it helps it. Can't really kill someone who's already dead. So it's a tagline for a zombie movie, but it's 5 of those sharks. Oh, fart. That was my fault. That was strictly my fault. I didn't realize it was getting as low as it was. Every now and then you mess up. Getting all kind of new appearances though. If I was in Transmog, I could probably put together some pretty decent outfits. See what else we got. Zandalari Troll Warrior. I think this guy's an arms warrior. No, I'm doing tomorrow, sitting, getting in new guys for the Green Man. Yep, arms warrior. We're in Stone Talent. Get ready to go out and grab Kalendor eggs and ram horns, Stormer Heart, the usual. It's the second time I drowned with a Draenei. I mean, I don't know why. What it is about Draenei that I just don't want to keep them alive. I like to Draenei. I mean, it's not like there's a bias there. It seems like every time somebody drowns, it's Draenei. But these things happen. You test yourself, you understand what I'm talking about. You lose quite a few, especially early on. What frustrates me is I know I can get these guys up in level up in the 30s. This guy is also level 18, 16. So I'm not going back too far. That's 2 horns and a heart. So I'm killing them fast enough so I don't have to worry about getting booted around all the time. And look for some eggs here. Yeah, it's 4 of 6 on the horns. Time to break away and do a little egg hunting. Well, like somebody's already just been through here and got all the good spots. Yeah, somebody's been here. We'll be coming back out this way later. It's just the idea that I want to get as many as I can. And there's a horn. And one more horn. Ah, boom again. Trolling again. I like balanced druid. That's my favorite druid. It's good dungeon spec. There's no healing spells. You have to rely on your healer. And it puts out a pretty decent amount of damage. It's 4. Remember this guy on the end. If Sparky's ever down, there's one here and one over on the other side. There's at least 2 stormers in this valley besides the one we always run into. I call him Sparky. I've been through this way and never started naming him. I'll probably just finish this quest and that'll be about it. And one more egg. One more egg and one more horn. There's the other horn. Go back, turn these in, and that'll be it. Now, I'm off tomorrow, but I'll be back Monday with the Green Man again. So we'll be seeing him Monday night. Working Man on Tuesday, Iron Man on Wednesday, the same as my usual schedule. Week after, I might be dark a few days. Uh, Nothing big, just something's come up I got to take care of for a couple days. So next week I may be off Tuesday through Thursday, but not a big deal. Now, there are always videos to keep you company. I have them pretty much listed under challenges for the most part. So I'll give them a look. And as usual, if you like it, pass the word along. I think you can subscribe from the channel page. I can't. I'm very aware to be able to put a subscribe button on this. So, and the Steamer Heart, and Steamer Heart and the Ram's Horns. We're going to the rest of this next time. Have to get Resonite Crystal. So we're going to get 8 Resonite Crystals from the mine. And you subjugate Devo's whip to bring back 6 kobolds. He's got a little plan for him. And turn in her eggs. Oh, she got something different to cook with. swear I turned that in. Oh, lag rig. So we hit again. There we go. Okay, so I'll be seeing you probably Monday. If not, whenever. And until next time, stay safe and have fun.